Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Avuthu Vaishnavi from Mechanical Engineering Department. Today, I'm here to give you about brief introduction about design softwares like AutoCAD and Fusion 360. So, first of all, I would like to thank you, our VC sir, PVGD Prasad Reddy Garu, and our principal sir, Shashibhushan Rao sir, for giving me this opportunity to share my experience on AutoCAD and Fusion 360. So before getting into the topic, so first let me explain about what is mechanical engineering. Mechanical engineering is a branch that deals with design, analysis, manufacturing, and maintenance of mechanical systems. It requires strong foundation in maths, physics, and engineering principles. It also have wide range of applications in machines, automobiles, manufacturing process, HVAC systems like HVAC systems, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems, energy systems like steam turbines, gas turbines, and robotics, etc. So from this mechanical engineering, we are having very vast range of job roles like design engineer, project engineer, manufacturing engineer, quality engineer, HVAC engineer, robotics engineer, etc. So today I'm going to talk about the role of design engineer, mechanical design engineer. So, mechanical design engineer is responsible for creating and developing mechanical systems, products, components that meet specific functional performance and safety requirements. The key aspects of a mechanical design engineer are as follows. First comes the conceptualization. In conceptualization, they should find and understand the requirements of the project, and it at that stage will be like performing brainstorming. Next, coming to the aspect, we'll be having CAD modeling and simulations. Like we'll be having design of the product, and we'll be having like simulations to check whether the requirements it meet the requirements or not. Next, coming to the material selection. The mechanical design engineer is also responsible for the materials that to be selected, because selecting a particular material withstands to say its life or durability, etc. Next, coming to the prototype and testing. Like after creating the designs, they will be having one prototype. At the time, we'll be having some testing, and after we'll be collaborating with many other teams like electrical and computer science, and all these branches will be included in the collaboration with mechanical team to make a product successful. After that, we'll be having different types of designs which include design for manufacturing and design for assembly and etc. After that, we'll be having regulatory compliance, like which include the checking of the product that does it meet the standards or not. And also the key aspect of a mechanical design engineer is continuous improvement. Like they should be like taking all the feedback from the customers, and they should be improving their product. It should be like improving its standards. After all these aspects, the main aspect comes here is documentation. Like all these design things and all the materials and all the collaboration works all include that should be documented, and that should be documented. So to have a quick look over that, this documentation is used. Apart from all these jobs, like we are having some pros and cons about mechanical design engineer also. Like pros include like a creative and innovative work. Like they should be continuously working, like what should be created and what should be like so that customers would like it. They should always be like thinking from customers view. And also mechanical design engineer, they'll be having diverse career opportunities, like in aerospace, in HVAC systems, and engineering systems and etc. And the main thing comes the main advantage comes here is job stability. Like we'll be not having any recession or anything. All these kind of things will not be included in this mechanical engineering design post. Like they'll be having the stability of their job for a few years. Next comes competitive salary. As the design of your model if it's efficient, then your salary automatically increases. And also collaboration and teamwork. Like this includes to complete a product we collaborate with many other teams like electrical, electronics, and from CSC background, IT background. So we'll be like collaborating with many other departments like to complete our work. Next comes impact on society. Like it suppose if we take an example of a bike, like bikes in automobiles. Like they will be like every time a new model comes into the market by increasing the speed or anything efficiency or anything, this has a impact on the society which increase the efficiency of lives. So constant impact on society will be there in this mechanical design engineer field. And also it requires continuous learning. Like as the softwares include in this as the softwares come up into this running world, like we should be always learning and should be updated to the um, we should be updated according to the um, designs. And some cons include like highly responsible. Like to complete a small drawing in regarding the mechanical components and mechanical systems, like precision like accurate measurements and precision methods are required in this. It also takes a lot of time, but also and it is also a lengthy design process. But when once the design is completed, but it has the impact it has a good impact on all the other things. And also like we should be working in a very detailed manner, like from small radius to the high fillet, like anything. Like we should be all checking from first to last. Very detailed oriented work is required. And also like we should be updated to the as per technology. As the new softwares come, we should be adaptable. We should have the adaptability to use them. So this is the general introduction about mechanical design engineer. So now let's just go into the brief about first we'll be talking about AutoCAD, and next we'll be going into the Fusion 360. So this is the outline of AutoCAD system. So what do we mean by AutoCAD? AutoCAD full form stands for Automated Computer Aided Design. AutoCAD is generally used to create precise 2D and 3D drawings. Um, it is generally developed and marketed by a company called Autodesk. 70% of CAD users use AutoCAD. So this is the panel which we see when we open the Autodesk. We'll be having a quick quick introduction about all these functions. So this is called generally AutoCAD is of two softwares, Autodesk AutoCAD and Autodesk AutoCAD LT. LT is a previous software which is lighter software which we are having only limited features, which we are having only limited features. In Autodesk AutoCAD, this is the latest version, and in this version we'll be having all the 3D modeling, collaboration tools, etc. All these are included in the latest version of Autodesk AutoCAD. So follow my cursor to just understand what I'm saying. So the red solid button, capital letter EA, is known as application button. So in this we'll be generally having, as we all know, like a new drawing, old drawings, and all this DWG convert, which is used to convert just your drawing into PDF or docs or something. DWG compare, like you can compare both the previous drawings and normal, and recover, like you can recover the old ones and you can start drawing. Now coming to this toolbox is known as a quick toolbox, like same as components in the application bar. This is also like a new open open from web and sheet, as all these come in this quick toolbox. And this home, solid, surface, all these are known as panels in which we can go through the following features, and we can do our work. So first, before starting, these are the old projects which are saved generally, and now we'll be going into the new drawing. So to start a new drawing, I'll be start pressing on the plus button. So I'll be getting the drawing panel here. Now we will just see through these panels. In home, we'll be having like extrude, smooth object of this mesh, solidating and draw. And in this, we'll be having all like polylines, arc, 3D lines, spline, circle, polygon, rectangle, and all of the geometry are included here. And this is modify, in which we can perform some operations to our objects. And so at the bottom of the screen, we'll be seeing a white bar, which is known as command bar or command line or command palette. This is the main key. This plays a main key role in this software. Like if we want to access to any of the command, then we can just type in this command box, and it will redirect us to that command. So for example, I'll be just typing the line command, so I can access through this line. Now I can specify my point, and I can have my drawing. So this command bar is used to access the tools very easily. So at the bottom of the screen we'll be seeing all these small boxes, like which are called status bar toggles, and I'll be explaining each and everything for you. So this is called the mesh option. Like if I off this it's just a grid option. Like in the drawing panel, we are seeing the grids like bars. Like we can off that if you switch off that option. And next is dynamic input. So dynamic input is a command that which shows the dimensions of the drawing ones. So once I'll just off this, and I'll show the difference how it will work. So I just off the dynamic output, and I will just draw a line. Here I'm not getting any length required for this line or while I'm drawing this. So if I just on my dynamic input command and if I just draw my line, and here I'm getting the all these dimensions like how much length do I want 100 centimeters, then I just entered in the keyboard and I just type. So it's 100. I'll zoom it. So that's the use of dynamic input. And next, coming to the next one is ortho mode. Like when I want to draw the line in only just in orthogonal way, like so I can access through this only like by switching on this only ortho mode. Vertical, horizontal. It only allows in the vertical and horizontal directions. But if I off this ortho mode, then I can draw my line in any orientation, like giving the specific angle also. So to give a specific angle for this, I'll just type I'll just type 45 degrees in the command bar, so that just I can enter, so that I'll get the angle oriented in 45 degrees. Now I can give the length of this line, like example. So the line is projected with the 45 degrees angle. So this is the use of ortho mode. Next, coming to this polar tracking. In polar tracking, like I'll be having options like 90, 180, 270, and also in the multiples of 45 and the multiples of 30. So I'll be switching to this angle that in the multiple of 30. So when I draw this, my line or anything, so it will show the multiples of a 3 table in a green line. So like this, I can access to my line by switching this into many options like 90, 40, 90 in the multiples of 90, in the multiples of 45. Like this, these are the use of this polar tracking. And coming to the next one, this is known as object snap command. So object snap command is used to specify the points required to specify precise location on objects. OSNAP method, OSNAP command is used. Like I'll be explaining that. First I'll off this and I will just draw a line. So I was drawing a line by joining the upper line and the lower line by switching off this ortho mode. But now I'll draw the same line using the OSNAP command. See, like when I place my cursor on this line, I'll be uh, I'll be shown the endpoint precisely with a green cursor. Like it shows the endpoint and also midpoint and also all this. See, it's now this triangle diagram is midpoint. So like this, I can access to the many points. Like I'll show all these options once. Endpoint, midpoint, center, geometric center, and tangent, nearest point. All these can be accessed through the OSNAP method. So generally we prefer, sorry. Generally, we prefer OSNAP method because it shows the accurate endpoints and starting points and also the required midpoints. So from we can also go to this workspace settings and we can set all these customizations, like if you want to just draw like a 2D drawing, like we can have access to this drafting and annotation and also 3D basics, 3D modeling. Now I'm currently using this 3D modeling, and you can also adjust all these toggles by clicking to this customization bar, and which I can add or remove my icons, like etc. So like this we can just access to this customization. So this box is known as navigation toolbox. Like this is a pan which I can move this object right or left by just pressing, like holding my cursor like that. And also I can access to this fit to my screen, so that my object, if it's magnified, then I can by switching to this command, I can just view the full picture. And I can also select this option which I can rotate my diagram through 360 degrees. So this is nothing but just navigation toolbar. I'll be pressing here home so that I'll come to the original position, and I'll be selecting the front view. Sorry. Yes. So these are the navigation toolbars. Now, generally, this cursor can also be of different types, but the present which I am using is the point cursor, which is a intersection, which is a point cursor, which is the intersection of two perpendicular lines. So to exit from any command, like will be using escape button. Like if I'm drawing the line, so I want to stop this command. So I will just and I'll just press enter space bar, or I'll just press the escape button, so that the running command just cancels. Now I'll be talking about how to select the objects. So if I just move my cursor like from left to right, the blue window is known as selection window, which I can select all these objects at a time. Similarly, to exit this command, I'll be pressing escape button. Similarly, if I move my cursor from right to the left, will be getting some green window, which is known as crossing window. In this also we'll be selecting all these objects, but the difference between this crossing window and selection window is nothing but if I just select this selection window, it will be selecting only the objects which are falling inside the box. But if I just select this green panel, crossing window, it will also select the objects which are connected to it through the outside of the window even. So this is the difference between selection window and crossing window. So to repeat the last command, I'll just enter also. Even I can, to repeat the last command, I'll be just pressing the space bar, so that I'll be getting the old command into the work. In AutoCAD, generally we can access any keyword, like will be like typing anywhere in the drawing window. It means just like the typing in the command bar. So first whenever we started drawing whenever we just start our designing to draw a model I like or product, so first the main thing which comes into the place is units. So I'll be just typing units. So I'll be accessing through the units bar like this. In this, I can go through the many standards like millimeters, inches, feet, and all the whole standards are included here. And I can also ensure my length can be like a decimal or engineering or fractional one. And I can also set that precision of till up to till which the decimal should be, like 3 digits or 2 digits or anything I can set. And in the similar way, like we can change the settings of a angle even. So I'll press OK. So now I'll be, after completing units, we'll be just talking about the dimensions. So let me draw one rectangle. I'll show this. So for drawing the rectangle, I just used that command and I just gave this 900 millimeters. And after pressing the tab button, it will just switch to the another dimension. Like I'll be specifying that as 500. Like tab key is used here to switch the dimensions, and I'll press enter. So it's locked. So to get the displaying of these dimensions, I'll be going to the annote panel and I'll be using this dimension, linear dimension. Now they'll be asking to specify 2 points. So first point I just selected and the second point is here. And after where I want to display my dimensions, I'll be selecting the point here. So actually we can't see what the dimensions are. It means that the size of the dimension text is so small. So I'll be changing them, like going into the options. Like I'll be selecting standard and I'll be going to manage dimension styles. Now I'll be going to the modify button and here I'll be increasing the scale to 5. Sorry. I'm so sorry, there's some technical issue. Generally we can go access the our diamond. Actually there is some so small. Yeah, actually I should increase this size, but it's blinking. So here like this we'll be having giving our dimensions. So going to this annote and this manage settings, we can access to the standards and we can increase the size of the dimension. So after completing this, there are also other commands which we can generally use. So most of us generally are aware about other softwares also even. So AutoCAD is mostly used because it's easier way to use the commands and all this to access, and also the modeling software is also easy to perform the operations. So generally they prefer AutoCAD. So now I want to save this file, so I'll be going to the, I want to save this file as a PDF, so I'll be going through the print option. And now I can save this one to the DW to PDF. and my drawing for the page is at down. I'll be clicking the center the plot, and I want it in a landscape mode. I'll change it into landscape mode. So I'll be pressing OK. So I'll be naming this as something. So the plot is saved as PDF. Like we'll be getting our into PDF. We'll be getting our diagram into the PDF. So this is all about the AutoCAD. Now I'll be going into the another software, Fusion 360. So I think it's visible, and this software is known as Fusion 360. In this Fusion 360, we are having okay. First, I'll be telling about the elements of Fusion 360. First includes the data panel. This is known as data panel. In this data panel, like we can save our projects and into the files, and also like I can do this project individually, and I also can form the teams, and I can make a group to perform these operations in Fusion 360. So this is known as data panel, and this is known as application bar, like where we can access to the general things like new design, new electronics, all these new drawings and all this. Next, save button, all this. And this profile is known as user profile, and this help access bar. So to save the file, I'll be just you can also type control plus S to save the file, and I'll be typing Fusion. I can save this in the location of project one, which I just created. So save. So here we see Fusion V0, which indicates the version 0, which is the first version, Fusion V0. And next, coming to this browser panel, and in this browser panel, like we can access through the many things like in AutoCAD. To access the units, like we should have a type. We should type the units in the command bar, and we should access through that. But in Fusion 360, like we can display this units here itself. So I can change my units like centimeter, meter, inch, and foot. But here in this Fusion 360, we are having limited limits, whereas in AutoCAD we are having many limits like international standards even. So name it views and all this we can view here. So I can switch on and switch off this view button to make visible the origin or the following sketches. And this is known as like toolbar, like where we can have solid surface, mesh, sheet, plastic, utilities. And in design, like I can create like generative design, render or animation. As of in AutoCAD, we are having 3D modeling, drafting, all these commands. Like in Fusion 360, we can go to the other processes like render, animation, and also simulation, and also manufacture all this. And this is called as view cube. Like we can access the top view, try all these views, and also come to the home position. And the below bar is known as navigation and navigation and display settings, like same as in AutoCAD. Like orbit, like we can, if we select orbit, like we can rotate the object in 360 degrees, look at and pan. I can move the object as per requirements, and also zoom and also fit to my screen, and all these display settings. And at the top of the screen will be seeing like play button, play pause button, which is known as timeline. It shows the types of operations we are performing in the panel. Now I'll be showing you the canvas and marking menu. These are the 9 elements in used in Fusion 360. Now I'll go to the create sketch, and I'll be selecting my plane. So generally this is known as the canvas, and for marking menu, I should just right click on my mouse so that I'll get this all these options, which is known as marking menu. Like we can repeat or delete, undo, or all this we can access. So Fusion 360, this is the first CAD CAM and a CAE tool which is used, and it combines all the industrial mechanical designs, collaboration, simulation, machining. All this comes in one single software. So in this Fusion 360, I'll be just showing how to design a ball bearing, which is the mechanical component used in many operations. Like first I'll be selecting another shortcut used here is if I just press the letter S in my keyboard, then I'll be getting the shortcuts which I can access through this, like line, rectangle, or circle, or any command, like just typing fillet or anything, like I can access to this by pressing just S in the keyboard. So now I'll be drawing ball bearing. We'll just see that. So first I'm selecting the circle, specifying some center, and I'm giving the radius as 40 millimeters. I'll just adjust it to fit my screen. Now I'll be drawing rectangle. So in rectangle, we are having 2-point rectangle, 3-point rectangle, and center point rectangle. Like we can draw the rectangle on all these 3 types. Now I'll be selecting the center rectangle. Now I'll be placing my cursor on this top of the circle point, and I'll be giving dimensions as 50 mm and sorry. So to change the dimension, we should just press the tab button. Instead, I forgot and tab button. I'll be switching to that, and I'll be typing 20. And now I'll be creating another rectangle, similar rectangle. Same 50, 20. Now I'll be drawing one line. selecting this midpoint of first rectangle and giving a length of 100 millimeters. I'll be just drawing one another small line. I'll give 30 mm. Uh, the purpose of drawing this line is to just have the axis rotation. So now after completing my sketching, I'll just go to the finish sketch button. Now I'll be using the revolve command. And I'll be selecting the objects first and second, third. And now I'll select the axis which I drawn extra for this, and I'll make sure that you just do the operation like it should be new body, because like we are creating the body, and press enter. So this is the body which was created. I'll just fit. Now in this also, like in this software also, to exit the command will be just pressing the escape button. And now I will go to the browser and I'll just make visible my sketch. Sorry. So this is the sketch which I had drawn before. So now again I'll be selecting the revolve to make the sphere, and now I will be selecting the profiles 1 and 2 and 3. Now I'll be selecting the axis and make sure the operation is new body, and I'll be pressing OK. So this is the sphere which created. Now I'll be giving the circular pattern for the sphere so that I'll be accessing to this. So in pattern, I'll be going to the circular pattern. Now I'll be selecting the sphere and I'll be selecting the axis to make sure your visibility. Now I'll be selecting the axis, this one, and I'll give the quantity as 8. And I'll press OK. So this is the small overview of ball bearing. Now again I'll be going to the create sketch and I'll be selecting the plane. Now I'll be drawing the two circles for getting the mesh around the spheres. I'm doing this. Make sure that you select the center point as before we just took the center as we drew an extra line for this. So I'm placing my cursor center point at there, and I'll be giving radius first one as 155 diameter and another circle. It's 165. So I created a small mesh around the small spheres. Now I'll finish sketch. Now I will just close the bodies. So to make sure that you just follow the, I'm just switching off this eye so that this will not be visible. And second body, now only spheres and this is visible, and I'll close the first sketch also. Okay, now I will select extrude option, and I'll select the profile. And I'll give the distance of 25, and make sure it is the operation is new body again. Just enter. Now I'll be getting the final output like this. Now I'll just combine all the objects. Sorry. Target body, I'll be selecting the big one, and tool bodies, I'll be selecting all these spheres. Combine is just used to like remove the extra space. Like if in this sphere, like we'll be having extra space, this is deleted by combining the operations. Now operation is just we are cutting the extra material, so I will be selecting my operation as cut, and I'll be owning this keep tools. Keep tools is nothing but like it will be by switching on this, like it will allow us to access through the individual component. So I was just clicking on that, and next. Okay, so we'll be getting like this. Now I will hide all these spheres. For better explanation, now I'll go to shell option, and I'll select the faces, all these faces. There are three faces of this side and the inside and the upper one, and I'll give 2 mm, and we'll be getting the shield like structure. Now I'll use this mirror option to just create a round circle one. So select object, I just selected this one. Mirror plane. So after selecting this, I'll joining. So it created just a mesh like structure is created, and now I will allow you to see all the whole structure by just clicking off. So this is the ball bearing, complete ball bearing structure. Now in this Fusion 360, we can also have the access to this colors. We can change the appearance of the color of the appearance. So I'll be just pressing the letter A, and the appearance toolbox is here. Now I'll be going to the many. In this panel, we are having many options. Like we can go. I'll be going to the metal and brass. Now to apply this one to the figure, I'll be just dragging the color to this, so you can see the difference. So this is the final ball bearing. So you can give your customized colors to the whole body if you want, like just by going to the appearance box. So I'm hiding this. So to save, actually it's already saved. So before starting the project we can save, and also you can save if after also, just by pressing Ctrl+S. So this is the final output. So thank you. So guys, this is the small introduction on AutoCAD and Fusion 360. So the question is, what is the use of fillet? Generally, fillet command is used to make the smooth edges of the drawing. Mostly, it is used because of to reduce the stress concentration on the sharp edges, and also to get the good appearance. We'll be using the fillet command. So So, guys, thank you for giving me this opportunity. I would like to once again thank our VC sir, Professor G.V. Prasad Reddy Garu, and our principal sir, Bhushan Rao sir, for giving me this opportunity. So, thank you, guys.